Hello and welcome back to a special edition of Idle Kingdom Defense. So today, I saw a comment about somebody asked, how do I farm so much? What's my farming strategies? They say they followed the guide for tons of soul stones and they're still struggling. And to be frank, I didn't understand why, but let's go over the basics here. First, as your formation goes, you need to make sure you don't have any crowd control heroes. So as you see, I replace Harold, I replace Evan, and I replace Sophie because Sophie just doesn't do any damage. The castle shouldn't be under any threat. Again, with my warriors, I also replace them to all be just regular, non-crowd control warriors. Fire damage is fine, it doesn't slow the enemies down, same with poison. So that's the first step, is you need to have the right heroes. The second step is you need to make sure you pick the right level. So in my case, I'm farming, this is not the level I'm farming 7250, and I did just restart this. But here's an example of a bad level, and I'm going to point out why it's a bad level. Ideally, if you are farming, when you see the boss on the stage, you want the stage to end almost immediately after the boss comes out. So we're going to see that in a second here. So here's the boss. And notice how I'm still fighting a lot of things after the boss comes out. That's delaying my cycle time. And another thing that delays your cycle time too is if there's too much load time between the stages. So you need to make sure that you pick an appropriate stage. And again, don't be afraid of going back a bunch of stages. I'm on stage 8570 and I am farming stage 7250. And the reality is there's not really much a difference as you go up the stages. See, nothing really increases. Most of the gold and stuff stays the same, and the drop rates don't really go up either. It doesn't tell you the drop rates, though. So you aren't really gaining anything by farming, like if I was farming stage 8570. I'm not gaining anything from farming that stage. Not that I would farm that stage, but you get the idea. One of the stages that meets my pattern, if it was in the 8000s, like even the one I tried was 7950, that stage takes too long. So I'm still farming this stage, and a lot of it has to do with archers aren't good at AoEing, so a lot of my damage is based in the archers, and Christian, just his damage profile isn't high enough to make up for the archers. Eventually we'll get to farming 7950, but it's going to take a long time. So let's take a look at what a good stage looks like now. So okay, so no CC, no crowd control heroes. You want to have the appropriate farming stage, and don't be afraid to farm a stage that's much, much lower level than where you've progressed to. So as you can see, we're going right through all these monsters. It's no problem. And a lot of that has to do with just how my heroes are. And again, we immediately kill the boss, no problemo. And then, you know, again, I have the medals going, and we're going to go through the stage again. So you can see, this is about how quick you should be able to clear a stage if you're farming. You don't want to farm a stage that's going to take you longer than this. This is about as fast as you want. I would actually prefer it to be a little bit faster. Because if you notice towards the end, there is some stuff left over with the boss. Like, here comes the boss. Boss is dead. And I still mop a few things up. That to me I wish that was a little bit quicker. I'm very particular about how quick my stage cycle is. And also, the other thing is you need to make sure your loading time is as small as possible. Now, you will watch my loading time. My loading time generally is around 2 to 3 seconds. Sometimes I can get it as low as 1 second. A way to improve your loading time is you need to close the app, close everything, reboot your phone, and try again. You're going to have different performance if you're using a phone versus a computer. I am in BlueStacks. I'm using BlueStacks 5. I've heard people have better luck with Nox Player, but the reason I'm using BlueStacks 5 is because BlueStacks is the only one that has hypervisor support, and I have Windows subsystem for different reasons. So again, you can see how quickly we're killing everything off, and it's really important because even if this takes 20% longer, you're going to get a lot less stuff. You go to a level that's really hard, you're going to get much less stuff. So again, you want to have no crowd control heroes because crowd control heroes can delay the cycle. You want to pick a good stage, and again, don't be afraid of picking a much weaker stage. There's really not that much difference. And finally, when you're picking a stage, you want to make sure that it has a, the boss, when the boss comes out, you immediately finish the stage. That's as close as you can get to completing a stage as fast as possible. Those are the 3 things. And the 4th thing is, I'm sorry, there's a 4th thing. Your loading time. You have to make sure that you close the app, you reload the app, you reboot your phone, whatever it takes to get your loading times down as low as possible, because it's also part of your cycle time. Sometimes it does vary. I don't know why it varies. But again, you want this to go, boom. See how quick that reset? The tighter you can get all of these cycles, the more you're going to get. So, once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. If you think I missed anything, please write something in the comments, or if you have any other tips, feel free to say something in the comments. And thank you again. I hope you have a great day.